Hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for October 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using guide chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. Also, if you did not win the previous competition for a personal reading, then of course do not fret. I am opening up the competition again for another subscriber to win a free personal reading from me. I will get round to as many people as possible, but if you didn't win last time, of course, then my guides will give me a signal of how to proceed on the next competition. I'm waiting for that signal from my guides, so I will announce the next competition in the next couple of days. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of that. So with that in mind, let's get straight to your October reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your monthly reading for October. Firstly, happy birthday to all you wonderful Librans who have already had your birthday at the end of September there. I hope you had a most magical time indeed. And of course, happy birthday to all you wonderful Librans whose birthday is yet to come. I hope you have a wonderful celebratory day and it is full of magical encounters, okay? Now, of course, October is upon us. I can't believe it. It's here already. Time is flying by so quickly, but it is one of my favorite times of the year. It's when the veil between worlds becomes the thinnest, and it is here that we honor the ancestors even more, especially during Samhain. We receive important messages, feel their presence, cheerleading us from the sidelines, and really acknowledge any lessons that arose from any challenges you may have encountered during the past year. Now, of course, we have officially moved into your glorious season, my beautiful Librans. Very transformative month where humanity naturally starts to celebrate and seek more light. Illumination, gratitude, developing intuition, and of course introspection are heightened themes during this month to really reflect on your journey so far, the wins you've accomplished along the way, the difficulties you overcame and turned into purpose, and of course the abundance that is yet to be harvested. We bond ever closer to nature and the elements during October to really seek tranquility as we prepare to wind down the rest of the year. It's a transition month. You can really feel the change. Now, of course, this is the month of personal reward on so many levels. Your season actually encourages us to cultivate balance in our lives and offers opportunities for justice and fairness. Now all that hard work starts to pay off, bigger opportunities are offered, and tangible success is delivered. We deepen relationships during your season and lean into softness as we seek comfort, togetherness, and nurture our connections towards people, animals, and places that we have an affinity with. And you're going to feel that more than most, my beautiful Librans, because of course your 7th house is influencing you, and that's all about your commitments, your partnerships, the places you feel you have a connection with, and you're going to be leaning into traditions or that familiarity there, okay? Now, also, you may feel called to refine your personal style. Pay extra attention to the aesthetics of your home life. Artistically craft something personal for yourself or your friends. Submerge yourself in your favorite music or book. Decorating your living space with art, or simply encouraging your sensual side out to appreciate the beauty around you in the present moment. Now, although you're busy, this month offers you a breath, a stillness within to check in with yourself and reaffirm your path. And of course, Neptune's influence might see you wanting to lose yourself in a world full of fantasy, where you cozy up with a movie, attend a fancy dress party as a character you desire to embody, or even plan a great escape vacation. But your steady grounding will offer a spiritual detox where you mentally declutter, hold yourself accountable to higher standards. And of course, if you've been relying on any excuses to avoid something or someone, these will fall away. Time to get real with yourself and face everything head on. This astrological combination is a perfect time to advance on your goals, your dreams, your visions, and make them your reality. It's also a season to seek closure, whether that's on projects, relationships, or environments that you feel like you've outgrown or completed to a satisfactory standard there. It's time to create space for new developments to come, and it also reminds us to embrace the moment due to the cyclical nature of all things. Now, the full moon this month is pretty special, okay? It's a harvest moon, a hunter's moon, and a super moon all rolled into one. It occurs in the dynamic sign of Aries, and it's also the first of 3 consecutive super moons to close out the year. Definitely time to be clear in your intentions, follow your passions, and make great strides ahead. And those seeking love will also find increased opportunity to meet someone special, develop a harmonious partnership with them, with this dreamy energy floating about. And if you're already in a relationship, this month encourages date nights and raw conversations about a shared future, which of course will be led from your 7th house of partnerships there too. Now, I would watch like a minor clash on the 13th, which is Mercury and Pluto. And this could trigger tensions from arguments from the past or things built up over time suddenly coming to the surface. You know, the straw that broke the camel's back kind of energy where enough is enough. So this too shall pass, of course, but there may be some minor tensions in and around that time period with people. Also, important communications, because Mercury is the communicator, delivery of news, and of course Pluto is hidden, transformative. So I would say check hard copy mail, email, spam folders, especially if you're waiting on something important or you've booked something important, maybe a delivery. Doesn't have to just be about news. This clash can influence critical documents or information getting lost, being missed, or being left unseen. Now, on a global scale, and please fast forward this part if you don't wish to hear it. I know a lot of you don't want to hear it, so just fast forward until I show you your first card. But if you're sticking around, it's time to look to the skies as we have 6 rare active comets this month. The Swan Comet and the Lemon Comet being the most prominent, but also the mysterious 3-eye Atlas. Now, that will reach its closest point to the sun on the 30th of October, just in time for Halloween, of course. I mean, it's all very active in that last week. So I would say, you know, there could be some surprises there. Comets are harbingers of great change and political upheaval. They disrupt the natural order of cycles. And my guides gave me certain visions. Now, I'm not very good at predicting exact dates. It's very hard to put time and date energy to a prediction, but when I see it, and it's something that we're on a timeline to experience or discover at some point, unless we change the course. But what I saw was a state funeral march honoring someone of national significance. Gold and red shall be their color, I was given by my guides. Now also, we may see a resignation of someone with influence. They leave under a cloud of speculation, so a little bit of drama there, and perhaps even a link to a media outlet's demise. Now, also, the economy may take another brief tumble in the last week of October, but climb back to regain any losses. And, you know, with that Neptune influence, it's often associated with confusion and illusion. Retrograding back into the sign of Pisces on the 22nd of October until the 10th of December, this really is a big deal. Neptune and Pisces, the combination is referred to as the great era of monumental deception. But when Neptune retrogrades, it exposes the illusion. So it is here we shall see some of the greatest of reveals. Okay, partnered with Mercury opposing Uranus. Uranus is all about shocks. Mercury, information, exposes, maybe something that's been orchestrated behind the scenes, agendas coming to light. It's sextiling Pluto on the 29th and 30th of October. There's that date again. So there may be some shocks in store as global tensions rise, with talks regarding combative plans being mobilized. Now, also, in terms of weather-related events and the structure of the Earth, this combination really caught my attention. We have Neptune and Pisces, both water-related. So I would say this energy, it can trigger large water-related events, especially from deep surface seismic shifts with that Pluto influence. And I really, really hope I'm wrong on this, but it's so hard, as I said, to predict exact dates. My guides gave me a very delicate time frame to watch out for. The end of October, that last week, into the second week of November. My guides keep pointing at the Cascadia Basin across the Aleutian Plain towards the Java Trench. I mean, I didn't even know that something like the Aleutian Plain even existed. But when my guides gave it to me in a riddle a couple of months ago, then I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay. So this has been mentioned in predictions in the past, and my guides gave me the time is nearing. So something to look out for there. Also, we may see a change in categories for weather systems, adding a category 6 to the scale to account for the increased weather intensities. Now, I feel like they're trying to encompass some anomalies in weather intensities. So that's why they're factoring it on in. So I just thought I'd mention that. We may see talks about that in the news. Of course, we're in an air season because it's Libra season. So these could be just conversations right now. Okay, thoughts, strategies. So thought I'd just mention it. And there are so many layers to energy and life. I mean, the world has certain specific energies attached to it, and personally you have certain energies attached to you. And October means for you on a personal level that something rewarding is yours for the taking, but you're also offered an opportunity or a chance to invest in something new that will yield abundance as you close out the year. Also, you're going to be encouraged to lean in and nurture all that you hold dear, close the chapters you know that have run their course, reinvest in yourself, and watch your investments yield the results that you've been working hard towards. And of course, when I say investments yield results, I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about your time, your energy, your emotions, your focus, your drive, all of those things. So whether it is financial, whether it's related to personal development, being more active, diet, exercise routine, relationships, whatever it is, you're going to see things flourishing this month. And, also you're going to be encouraged to embrace unity. Share your light and gravitate towards the light in other people. The world definitely needs more light, and we are that spark to raise those vibrations. And I can see here, look at you. You're reaching for that light with that sun energy. You're out there trying to shine your light, trying to lean into more positive energy. We have that Two of Cups and we have that Judgment. You're looking at, what you have an affinity with this month, because the Two of Cups is things that you love, that you hold dear, that you're trying to attract into your life, trying to find that balance, that reciprocity. The Judgment energy, especially since you got that 7th house there, you may be like judging certain relationships and reciprocity, trying to correct the balance, making sure that if you've been doing too much in some area with a person or a situation, you're kind of like withdrawing your energy a little bit so the energy can come towards you. So for example, and I'm just giving this as an example, if you have a partner and you're the person who's always showing up, doing your job, coming home, and having a full-on job to clean the house as well and keep everything in order, and perhaps your partner maybe doesn't do as much as you, and I'm just putting this out there as like an example. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but it can be that you kind of withdraw your energy a little bit, because the Judgment is you kind of like watching something that you do to see the effects of it. So you could be just watching as you withdraw, that person start to notice, oh, that hasn't been done. So they naturally gravitate towards doing it. And then suddenly you got a little bit more balance going on there. So, It's not that you're withdrawing in order to play games or, I'm saying withdraw because you got the Hermit there, which is withdrawing to watch something, to see if someone or something else kind of reaches out towards you. That's what I'm seeing there. And you will find that balance in it because we do have that Temperance card. So it feels like, sometimes you got to lead by example and you got to do what you got to do. And then they kind of like get it, So it can be something that you're dealing with there. But let's get to your energy because, of course, we have that Empress energy. This is your protagonist energy. So this means you're approaching the month of October, very creative. You got ideas. You're going to be productive. You have a plan of what it is you need to do. You're leaning into prioritizing your bodily needs as well. You're listening to how your body is at the moment, looking at where there's any vitamin deficiency, any mineral deficiency, where you feel drained in your energy, where you need to take a little bit more time for yourself so that you can run on optimum levels. Now, for a lot of you, this month is all about love. So if you have a partner, okay, this partner is going to spoil you. Looking at the energy, we've got the King of Wands. We've got the Illumination. I mean, I feel this person, this partner, has taken some action behind the scenes. And, oh, maybe I shouldn't say this, but okay, there's potential for a quick getaway somewhere. There may be a nice surprise of a quick getaway. Maybe this is for your birthday season. If you've already had your birthday, it could have been something that was gifted to you, and now you're going to take it in October, because I'm seeing with that Eight of Wands there, some sort of travel in this month, okay? It seems like a quick getaway that gives you a respite or a break. Okay, so that's happening there. But for some of you, if you're single, this could be that, you're leaning into your friendships, the people that you call your community, your soul tribe, spending a little bit more time there. I see a lot of invitations coming in as well. So a very full month. I'm being given this energy, full diary, but also a fullness of the month. So a lot of you are trying to do many different things to keep things full. Variety is the spice of life. So I definitely see you're going to celebrate a lot, going to be also very productive and on top of your goals and your dreams there. And if you're searching for love, I mean, the Hermit is in the resistance position. So a lot of you, there is an energy of like perhaps coming into the month of October single, but the Two of Cups, if you haven't met someone already, I feel, this is a period of meeting a person where you start to see it advance into something really serious, blossoming. And if you're already talking to someone and you're not sure how it's going, because we've got the Judgment card there, and you're like, okay, kind of have some emotions here. Things are developing with that Two of Cups, and you're wondering, how's it going? Well, I see an advancement. I see it quickly escalates towards something more committed there with that Temperance. And I feel people start to reveal feelings during this month. So the person that you're with could really sensitively open up and say how they're feeling about you, that there's a lot of love there. And you may even have a quick trip there as well to solidify the relationship. So, I feel this month is about friendships, relationships, and partnerships, basically. Even if you're in a business partnership, this could be you, thinking about a creative business partnership with someone that you trust or hold dear to you. Because, of course, this card here, the Empress, is a card of business, running your own business, being an entrepreneur, for example, being very creative in your endeavors. And the Two of Cups can indicate that for some of you, you're wondering if you should partner up. Okay, so if you run your own business and you're thinking about partnerships, it doesn't have to be with people. For some of you, this could be a social media partnership. It could be a platform that you are investing in or co-aligning with in order to give you a bigger reach. You're branching out in some way, reaching for more, trying to expand on your wealth or on opportunity. You could be getting your message out there because we have the Sun there, which is all about promoting what you're about or having your product, goods, or services seen by a lot of people. I mean, we've got King of Wands energy. We've got Eight of Wands. I would say a lot of you, this is entrepreneurial energy. So you could be well on your way towards making more money, but also being seen by a person who's in the public eye. Okay, so if you are someone who runs your own business, this is a very lucrative month where I feel you're seen by somebody who is either well known or maybe well known in your industry or is in the public eye, famous, and this person you know, through word of mouth, they're going to advance your business, but they're going to return time and time again to your business. But I feel this person, I feel they don't make it like a big deal that they're famous. I feel like they really value anonymity, their privacy, and because you conduct yourself in a really professional manner, even though you're like, oh my gosh, it's this person, I feel like you do not expose who they are, or you do not kind of shout about them in your business, as it were, and they actually come to you at some point and say, you know what, I really love what you're about. I'm happy to kind of like say I use your service or goods. It's not that they're going to do an advert for you. I don't feel it's that. I feel it's more that, you know, you can like put their name down as like, oh my gosh, we had this person, you know, come into the shop if you run a shop or a store, or, you know, shop online or something like that. But they're also going to, you know, get people that they know to invest in your business as well. They're looking for independent business and they really love what you're about. So if you work for yourself, I feel like you're going to get a lot of attention. And a lot of you, if it's something online as well, I feel like you're expanding your reach, growing your views or your services, goods, whatever it is, real influencer vibes there. If it's something you're thinking about doing, you're putting a business online, for example, I would say that it's going to go viral. I feel it's going to reach a lot of people. You're going to be seen. And I feel there is this energy of either doing two things. It feels like a spin-off. You know, if you were a performer, for example, you know, that would be you running your own business. If you're an artist, musician, you know, poet, writer, whatever, you know, it can be that, you know, you do something where there is another series or there is another season or there's a spin-off series, okay? So if you're trying to make your mark in a certain industry, it feels like a door opens for you to expose your talent and be you in all your glory, but other opportunities come on in to offer you an extension of what you already do. So if you are someone who works in any industry, because this can mean you're working really hard on something that you're trying to nurture at this time, and you know you are perhaps working towards a promotion or working towards something, because a lot of you, if you're working for a company, I do see that a lot of you feel like you go unnoticed or unappreciated there. With that Hermit energy, I feel like there's a solo opportunity coming on in, but there could be a solo encounter with someone in a position of authority who really notices what you're about and wants to elevate you. There is some sort of promotion vibes coming on in here. We have that King of Wands energy. And, you know, whenever you have the Empress as a starting position, it means like this is where you feel like you're at right now. And this is kind of more of a high-ranking position, okay? But what I see is it's a question of titles. It feels like there is something coming on in here that may have a title that you feel you're not completely... It's not that you're not happy with it because the Sun card is there. It just feels like it's more of a standalone position, more authority. So I feel like something could be offered here that helps you advance. It's like a stepping stone to something more that you want, but somehow it feels like you have more skills than the role requires or something like that, okay? The money is going to be what you hope for. You know, the Temperance card feels like it's a, you know, fair amount of money there. It may even be more or less the same or in the same ballpark as the money that you got right now, but I do see some sort of elevation or opportunity in the works. And a lot of you, if you are working for a company, I see you bubbling up with ideas to become independent. Okay, and I see that you would be great going solo. You're a natural born leader, and I feel the right people, the right opportunities will be sent to you. You actually have people already on your side who love what you are about, okay? And for some of you, this could be duality, because I'm getting this sense of you doing something already. Two of Cups is like having something that co-aligns with what you do already. So if you're in a business or you're in a career right now, whatever that may be, it can be that you're setting up a new idea. Maybe it's something that's a little bit more solo, a little bit more independent, more creative. You've got more creative control over this. It's like you're trying to navigate two worlds. You're going to advance really quickly. A lot of success, lots of good news there. In fact, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, there's a lot of good news coming on in at the end of the month. News that you will toast and celebrate, because I see a big celebration here. But also, with that temperance energy, it's connected to your sense of purpose. Okay, so it could be that you're setting up second streams of income. Maybe you're taking a seasonal role or doing something freelance or an odd job or something, but it brings in more financial reward and helps you advance on a plan that you have, okay? Now, if you're coming into October, my beautiful Librans, and some of you are pregnant, for example, Two of Cups, a lot of love around you, a lot of celebration there as well. I feel with that Eight of Wands, baby might come early. Just be mindful. Nothing wrong here. Nothing, negative here at all. But baby might come a little bit early. So just be mindful of that, okay? For some of you with that intuition card, I mean, it is the High Priestess, which means there's extra caution because you care. Of course, if baby starts to come early, you may be like, oh my gosh, maybe something's wrong there or something's going on. But I see with the Temperance card and the Eight of Wands, it's all good news. Two of Cups, you're going to celebrate. And this child is going to be monumentally influential in this world. So congratulations if that's you. Not everybody is pregnant, of course, but I do see a lot of you. If you are pregnant, there's a lot of you perhaps giving birth in and around this time. But also some of you may find out that you or someone around you is pregnant. So if you're hoping to get pregnant, this is a very fertile time with the Empress energy and the Two of Cups. This can mean that by the end of the month, baby is on board. Okay, so it could also be that you're celebrating news from someone you know around you, okay? Now, coming back to the rest of the energy, because of course not everybody can have the potential to get pregnant or wants to have the potential to get pregnant. That's your prerogative. But the Empress card is you blossoming, focusing on beauty routines. Your first house is really going to influence you to focus on your body, your identity, your ego, beauty routines, as I mentioned, like nurturing your body in a different way, nourishing yourself. Some of you may actually revamp your wardrobe or a look or a style or, book in some sort of salon appointment or spa treatment for some of you, massage, a lot of you. So, of course, this can be if funds allow, but I really feel like you're pampering yourself, no matter who you are. I just feel like you're giving back to you this month a little bit more, but also you're very creative, very productive. You're getting a lot of your goals done on time with time to spare. And in the water, I'm seeing an image of a cockerel, cockerel. Some of you may be getting up earlier, okay, whether that's for a specific reason to be more active or on top of something or getting ahead of something, because a lot of you want to get ahead on something. Maybe it's because you have some sort of vacation or trip or an event that you want to attend and you're just getting everything organized and in order there. But a cockerel can indicate it's a new dawn. So some of you, it could be a new phase of life. Some of you could be relocating with that Eight of Wands. If that's you, you may be a little bit cautious when you first move into your new neighborhood. Feels a little bit quiet, okay? But actually, you're really going to gel with the people there. You're really going to thrive, okay? And there's one person in particular who comes over and introduces themselves and is like, hey, welcome to the neighborhood or welcome to the block or welcome to the apartments or whatever it is. There's one person who's going to be really forthcoming, okay? And this person, they're a really nice person. They kind of make your day, that they've kind of noticed that you've come on in and they're welcoming. So that person, I feel like you'll get to know that person. They're not going to be like overly welcoming where they're just like encroaching on your time. You're like, okay, back off, buddy. Give me some time to like really settle here. They're just going to be very pleasant. And, it's like neighborhood watch kind of person who's like, I'll watch your back, you watch mine. Welcome. We're all in this together. If you need anything or need to know where things are in the neighborhood, just give me a knock. That sort of person. Okay, so that's coming out there as well. But coming back to this sense of creativity, Two of Cups, a lot of you may forge creative alliances or lean into the community in some way to get involved. And it can be that you're picking up like a hobby, or you're developing, hobby or a skill there. But this card, basically when you apply it in terms of practicality to your life, you're focusing on your commitments, okay? And this could be like extra duties to your parents or to your soul tribe members. This could also be your commitments to your job, or to focusing on your finances. I mean, you have no pentacles here. Doesn't mean you're not focused on pentacles. I feel a lot of you are focused on balance and reciprocity, keeping an even keel when it comes to your finances. Basically, I feel like when your money comes in, there's an energy of exchange, for your gifts or your talents, or the rewards that you've worked for. Even if you're retired, you could be having a certain amount coming on in. It feels like it's business as usual regarding finances, but it could be that you're setting yourself up to get more. So I feel this card indicates that there is small benefit. So this could be you saving a little bit of your money that perhaps you didn't expect this month there. I do feel this is tokens of appreciation, gifts. So for some of you, you may actually get an unexpected gift, or a gift from someone unexpected. And this isn't necessarily for your birthday. Okay, so that's coming on in there. So this could be, this could be something free. Could also be some sort of discount, or something that, because I'm feeling this energy of paying it forward with that Eight of Wands. So it could be someone who came into something good and then they pass that goodness on to you. Could be that someone says, if you're parking somewhere, for example, and they've got like a parking ticket that they paid for the rest of the day, and you just come on in to park your car. It can be that this person runs over to you and says, hey, here's a parking ticket for the rest of the day. I don't need it. Do you want it? And you're like, okay, I'll give you some money for it. They're like, no, just take it. It's fine. Just small little tokens or bonuses to kind of show you that there's so many good people out there, and I just feel like you may encounter really nice moments like that over the next month there. Now, also the Two of Cups, of course, it's all about relationships as well. So I feel like you may be prioritizing your friendships, your relationships, the people that you hold dear, your family, your soul tribe, but also this is about celebrating you. Okay, this month is about celebrating you and, leaning into the things that you hold dear. This is about you understanding what you need to do for this month and making a declaration to yourself that you are going to nurture your projects, your commitments, and keep aligned with your sense of purpose. Now, the Judgment card can also indicate that you may be judging a situation or a person. Interesting. This is so random, but when I started saying judging something, doesn't have to be a person. I got mushrooms, like lots of, I'm smelling mushrooms as well, cooked mushrooms. So some of you, this is obviously diet related. Some of you may be choosing different mushrooms or judging mushrooms. If you're someone who is a forager, this is so random that's coming out, but if you're someone who's naturally a forager and you come across like a random mushroom, maybe just leave that random mushroom. The Hermit's like, back away. King of Wands, either it's not ready or it's not good, so just watch out for that. So random. That is not going to resonate with everyone. I'm not saying that, you're backing away from the mushrooms in the store, but it could be if you notice a mushroom, if you're a forager. I don't even know if mushrooms grow at this time of the year, but just that came out. I'm going to leave that there. That is so random to come through. But maybe some of you have noticed that a certain vitamin or mineral deficiency that's connected to mushrooms, or something to help your hormones, because when you have the Empress there, it often relates to hormonal related endeavors, and you're on top of your hormones, keeping them balanced there, regulated. So maybe adding mushrooms to your diet is something that is positive, but maybe you notice that something doesn't agree with you or something like that. So I'm just going to leave that there. The Judgment card is literally about you reaching for something more in your life, but acknowledging that you need to let something go, or something has been going on for too long, and you have acknowledged it's run its course. So you may be withdrawing from something or someone and really getting closure this month. But in terms of practicality, the Judgment card is about renewal. So a lot of you are looking at renewing contracts, insurance, looking at mortgage repayments, maybe even remortgaging for some of you. This could be that you are looking at visas, passports, something that needs to be renewed in your life. And you may be just, partnering up again, because some of you, there's this question of loyalty. So even a service provider, if a term has come to an end on your cell phone contract, for example, and you kind of love the service that you've been getting, I feel like you renew it, but you may be judging it to see if there's anything better around. You could actually call the person, the company that you have your cell phone service with and say, hey, any deals for my loyalty? And maybe like, no, I'm really sorry. It is what it is right now. And you may be like, okay, well, I found a better deal elsewhere and I don't really want to move away from your service, but needs must. So I was just checking in to see if for customer loyalty, you had any deals to keep my service. Don't want to leave, but you know what? I got to do what I got to do. And they may be like, okay, one moment, let me just put you on hold. Let me speak to my manager. Suddenly they got a deal for you. Suddenly they want to keep your service. They're going to find something that you think, oh, that's a good deal. You may sit and think and judge it first, but I feel you continue with them because they offer you something actually quite good. That doesn't have to be just with a cell phone service. It can be with any service. A lot of you, because we got that Eight of Wands there, it can be connected to an energy provider. So you may be just shopping around right now, but I feel like you may call, a company's bluff and say, actually, you know what? I'm about to step away for a better deal over here. Now, whilst it is inconvenient, I also want to get a better deal. So I'd rather stay, but if you can't help me, then I gotta go. So I feel like they try to save the contract and renew business with you on a better tariff. That's something that's coming on in there with this card, okay? Now, of course, the Judgment card is a period of examination. So some of you may actually take a physical exam or have an important appointment or have an examination there to look at something a little bit deeper. The Eight of Wands, of course, you'll have to wait for the results there. But the Temperance card indicates, a very balanced review. But also with that Eight of Wands, it is good news, whatever it is. So with that High Priestess there, you may be a little bit cautious because that can be an energy of feeling a little bit withdrawn until you're enlightened there. But the Eight of Wands is always an advancement or good news, passing a test as well. So I feel, things are looking up there with that. The Judgment card just means that you are judging what's a priority to you as well during this month, and you may have more energy. You're going to have lots of downloads about your life, how capable you are, but also some of you are going to restart a project that perhaps you've been meaning to get round to. That's definitely at the beginning of the month there. And also I'm getting an energy of, you're going through a personal awakening right now, especially with this sun energy. So you may be seeing things that other people don't see right now. Okay. Now it's not your job to wake people up. But if you have an opinion on something and you feel your opinion, whilst looking at the energy, is very measured and true, I feel like you may have a very deep conversation with a person who suddenly sees what you see. It's like you're not converting them to your viewpoint. You're being very open and saying, look, these are the facts. Look a little bit deeper. Your call, you see what you see, I see what I see. But at the same time, I feel like they're going to go away. They're going to think about it and they're going to really start seeing it and come to you and say, oh my gosh, you were right on something. So this could be something that caused conflict in the past, but it is something that brings you together to highlight that they are now starting to awaken. Random, I know that came through, but I just thought I'd mention it there. But the sun energy, a lot of you are looking at what drains your energy and what makes you feel low vibe. You're trying to avoid it because you have that hermit energy there. The sun energy is all about success. Of course, illumination is to get clarity. And if you're judging something, whether it's a pathway or something that you would love, a lot of you, this can be a purchase. You're like, oh, I would love this. Should I get it? Should I not get it? Should I wait? Should I shop around? Is this what I want? Maybe I'll hold off. Maybe there'll be a discount. Maybe. Trust your intuition. As soon as you get that gut instinct to purchase, do it. Okay? Because, a lot of you with that Eight of Wands in the Temperance card, it's like wait a little bit, okay, before moving forward, because you may actually find a better deal on that. Wait before taking action. But intuitively, when you know, you know. Okay, so if this is a purchase, I see you treating yourself there. The sun, as you can see, this is about seeing. It's about clarity, but it can be that you're getting a bird's eye view of your life. The Hermit, you're quietening the noise to really hear your heart. You're leading with your heart there with that Two of Cups. You're manifesting something that is matching your vibration, and you're going to get good news on it. Two of Cups basically means you would love something, and you've shared that vision with the universe, and the universe is going to reflect it back to you and deliver it to you. That Eight of Wands indicates advancement, movement forward, or you seeing things shaping up really nicely for you. A lot of you need to really take care of your energy, though, because you could be burning the candle at both ends. I feel a lot of you are going to be super busy, and the Hermit is to withdraw. A lot of you are already feeling challenged, tired, broken. I mean, even when I tried to light your candle for the first time, the matchstick snapped, and it didn't just snap in two, which normally can happen. It snapped into 3 pieces. So I was like, oh my gosh, you've been holding it all together. Some of you may have felt like you're at breaking point on something or with somebody, but it all seems to co-align or come together, or there is this unity in the month of October there. Now, of course, the Hermit, a lot of you, especially this month, you may be developing your spiritual gifts because you have the High Priestess there as well. Psychic flashes of insight, sudden knowingness, trust the vision, never abandon your intuition at the cost of yourself, for other people, or anything like that. Always trust your gut instinct on things. Also, there may be a piece of hidden information or secret that gets revealed to you in the month ahead there. And I feel like you're very measured in the way that you take stock of this news and how you can either use it in your life in some way or how it informs your life there. But I feel it's very positive for you. Puts you in a position of authority or power, or it benefits you in some way there. I mean, the Hermit is an energy as well where it's time to go solo on something. So it can be that you're withdrawing into nature or finding some quality time to sit with self, to really focus on managing stress levels, or, investing in mental health at this time as well. Some of you may actually go into a period of learning. So you may download a course of learning, something online, or connect to some sort of community online there in order to feel a part of something or witness something or see something there. But also, I mean, this is a time where some of you may actually gravitate towards wanting to get a tarot reading or speak to a medium there. I see some of you may actually book that or have something booked for you for your birthday season there as well. That's coming through. Lots of messages will come through there. I hate to give you this message. It's like you get lots of messages and they're really positive, but there may be something or someone that you're hoping to come through, but they don't this time. There'll be a next time and they'll come through, but they just don't come through this time. Not because they don't want to. I just feel like other stuff needed to come forward first. So again, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but I have to honor it because it's coming through there. Because your first house is governing you, this means that you are out there shining your light and looking at what makes you unique to stand out from the crowd. So whether that's your soul searching for your place in the world, whether you are unhappy with some area of your life, you're trying to make some changes, and you're honoring your energy and shining your light and not allowing anyone to rain on your parade, feel like you're trying to be more positive there. But also, I feel this could be you standing out in interviews or competitions, or if you're applying for something, I feel like you've got something that other people don't have, and you're honoring that about you at this time. But more than anything, I feel a lot of you are working on your confidence because we have that King of Wands there as well. I mean, these are 2 energy cards when you have the Sun and the King of Wands there. So a lot of you are withdrawing from things that drain your energy because you want to be on top of things. You have a structure, you have things to do. You're going to be very creative, very productive there. You're honoring your time and you're taking action on something. But also this can be spiritual influence, this card. So it can be that you're reinforming yourself on your belief system, putting rituals, routines in there. High Priestess energy is a ritual. Something that you do time and time again that gives back to yourself or helps foster development with you and your personal connection to your higher self. So you could be leaning into beauty routines, as I mentioned, but also some quiet time, maybe some rituals. A lot of you may even honor someone who no longer sits at the table, especially beyond the veil. It could be someone from spirit who makes their presence known when you are in moments of silence. Okay, and with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to remove myself from that energy, but you are going to get messages. Ask for a specific sign. A lot of you are going to see wings, angel wings, or feathers, okay? Something akin to this. I know the beginning of my video has wings on there, but it's not connected to that. You're going to see it in your everyday circumstances, just to let you know that your loved one is around you and protecting you and guiding you there. But the King of Wands indicates, that you're pretty sensible with your finances most of the time, but you're going to maybe splash the cash or purchase something a little bit special this month that you thought about doing for a long time. And I feel you're going to treat yourself. Also, a lot of you, this is entrepreneurial energy. So if you are thinking about setting up your own business, this is a great month to launch something, maybe even a soft launch with that High Priestess. You may be trialing something at this time. But also, I feel like you're being creative, maybe even creative endeavors. So it could be you and your bestie, or you and a family member going to some sort of craft fair, or, learning about pottery, or, putting things together, using your hands, tinkling on your motorcycle if you're into motorcycles. I feel like it's very hands-on this month and very creative, as it were. But a lot of success around you because we have that Eight of Wands, and I feel power moves in silence. So a lot of you will be successful in your endeavors, something that perhaps you've been diligently working away on, keeping it to yourself, because a High Priestess is mute, does not talk about, what's going on, just witnesses, very vigilant. And for some of you, this Eight of Wands, there's good news there. So you may not even tell anybody about your good news just yet until you feel ready to reveal, because the sun is in the resistance position. So it can indicate, you feeling a need to reveal something when the moment is right. And of course you will when that moment is right. And there's a lot of celebration around that as well. I feel like you're deepening your belief system here with that Hermit energy and the intuition with the High Priestess. You may have lots of revelations about your journey, the experiences you had, the lessons you learned, and how it informed who you are right now. And I feel this is a card of almost like feeling in between worlds. I mean, the veil between worlds is thin. So to get this card at the end of the month is really positive, because it means that you're developing in a really fantastic way with your higher self, your intuition, but also messages are going to come through because you're in a receptive state of mind. Your first house is really asking you to look at your life, to soul search, especially when you get this card. So you're aligning yourself with more things that you enjoy, looking at the areas where you feel like you're lacking or there's a missing ingredient, and setting things in motion, not ignoring it, because you're here to live a full life. So you could be revamping your life in some way with this card. But also, the High Priestess is review. It is to look at your life in review, and you have the Judgment card there as well. So you're looking at reciprocity, you're looking at, going through maybe even at work, a review period, an appraisal, where you get information about, the year ahead or your expectations to come, how you can develop further. Because whatever it is you're doing, it's all about developing things that you love or that you're already invested in, and you're judging it. It's like a painter creating their masterpiece. It's like you've done a bit and you're looking at it, you step back and you go, okay, yeah, a little bit more of that, take away that, maybe this, lean in a bit more there, change that completely. It just feels like you're kind of like looking at life right now like that, okay? Because you are your masterpiece. So I feel like you are informing yourself, because this is a monumental period for you where you think about your legacy, how far you've come, where you are right now, and where you want to take life to next. So big soul searching month for you there, very philosophical month there for you as well, but leaning into your life philosophy, reaffirming your beliefs. And for some of you, because we have the Hermit and the High Priestess, it can be spirituality or it can be your religious beliefs. My readings are not about religion, but it can be that you are, celebrating a feast date, maybe a feast date connected to light there. There's a lot of feast dates connected to light during the month of October there. But more than anything, I feel like you're having a conversation with yourself, checking in with yourself, just to align yourself with your belief system, to back yourself, to believe in yourself. Now, of course, the High Priestess is a card of caution. So it can be that you're about to do something you love, you're, a little bit uncertain as to how things are going to work out. A lot of advancement, a lot of good news. Temperance card is like, breathe, relax. What is meant for you will never pass you by. This is a very measured pace where everything starts to come together. They're blending nicely. Even if you have different compartments of your life, you're like, they're all at odds with each other. There needs to be a gear shift. At the end of October, you start to see things a lot more manageable there as well. Now also, because of course the High Priestess card of caution, sometimes it can be, with the Eight of Wands, you feel that there's never enough time in the day. You don't want to go too quickly on something. If your intuition is saying slow down, then listen to it. If you're about to sign a contract or purchase something or enter into a deal or a proposal, Two of Cups there. Could be a merge for some of you in a company that you work in as well. But if you're about to partner up in anything, because this is a commitment you're making, whether it is like a deal with a social media platform, whether it is a deal with a banking system, whether it's a deal with you just walking into a shop and purchasing something that you've wanted for a long time. That's you entering into a transaction of sorts, okay? A give and take, as it were. If anybody tries to force you, pressurize you, push you into something, it normally means they benefit more than you will benefit. So I would say don't rush into anything. If your gut instinct is saying just pause, like if you're purchasing that car that you've always wanted and you're like, oh, I found a good deal, but it's, my intuition is saying wait, or look into it further, look beyond, because that's what the High Priestess does, looks beyond. So I would say just do a little bit of deeper digging into that, because you may actually find something hidden, something that is not exposed. I mean, it's fixable, whatever it is, because the Eight of Wands can indicate that, it'll be good news and you move on from that. But there could be something here, like a solo part, because the Hermit is a solo card, with the King of Wands. King of Wands in the resistance position can be a problem with something. And the Sun in the resistance position, it's like a hidden problem or something that perhaps when you look at something on the surface, you just can't see it. Dig a little bit deeper, okay? So whether you're purchasing a car, whether you're purchasing, secondhand anything, or even like firsthand, just be a little bit mindful to do a little bit of extra review, a little bit of extra judging. Take it for a test drive, or take it for a test, basically test it out. So whatever that is, that's just coming through there as well. Also, I hate to give you this message, but some of you, if you're purchasing something, there may be some delays in the delivery. And Hermit, ooh, now I'm just being given this, so please don't shoot the messenger. This may not resonate with all of you. If some of you have to stay in order to receive a parcel that you have coming through for delivery, check your cell phone, because this person is not going to stick around. I mean, the delivery person, don't shoot the messenger, especially if you're a delivery person. Not all delivery people do this, but I'm being given this person who's like, they may try once, or they may just like knock softly or whatever. They just try once and they're like, oh, no one's here. They just take it away. Or they leave it on the porch or something. I'm just getting an energy of someone kind of going, oh, they're not in. And you're like, I was in all day. What? Nobody called. No one did anything. Just double check everything, because I feel the person, they just go, oh, no one's in. And then they just go away. And you're like, oh. So if it is time sensitive, then of course it's going to matter. If it's not time sensitive, you're just going to be frustrated that you took a day in and you waited and they came, but they didn't make themselves known to the point where you were aware of them. So just be a little bit mindful of that. Now, Eight of Wands, good news, advancement, travel. I definitely see traveling going on there, or look, a quick trip at some point in the month. And I feel things are starting to gather momentum for you. I feel like you're making a lot of changes that you're going to celebrate. Okay, and I feel like this is you also being a little bit more adventurous at the end of the month, and reaching a destination. So basically, anything you start, you finish. You're going to be feeling really proud of yourself there. But, when you get the Eight of Wands, it means energy is moving quite fast, including money. So be organized, be ready for the pace. So, Your future self will thank you. 8 is the number of the self. So I feel this is you kind of like having something coming on in that perhaps was already in development. So it could be an advance on something. If you're launching something, it could be that you make more money quicker than you thought. It could also be some sort of tax rebate coming on in, something that you did like a royalty or commission or something that perhaps you did in the past that is coming in to inform your present moment in October. So definitely celebrating there. And the Temperance card is all about that sense of purpose and facing in the right direction. I'm really getting an energy of balance, harmony, of, yes, a spiritual evaluation as well. This can be a card of you protecting your inner peace, removing yourself from distractions or drama, but also being in the flow of energy. And because, of course, this is a card of trying things out, dipping your toe into something. Some of you may try out an activity or, you know, a hobby or something creative, but also some of you may try out like something business related or, you know, a new project, new hobby. If you're retired, I definitely see a lot of you trying a new place or a new area, maybe something that's, for some of you, it will be abroad, but the majority of you, it will be more local. It's like, oh, you know, there's a place that's just outside of where you live, and you're like, oh, maybe let's go there. I see a lot of you kind of like visiting historical sites. Okay, that's coming through there as well, which you're going to love. It just brings you peace. That's something that's there. Also, if you are retired, I feel like you're doing more things and projects that bring you joy there as well. Watch your energy levels, because I feel a lot of you, you may be doing a lot right now, because I'm seeing someone like doing so many steps, loads of steps, which is great. Keep doing your steps, being active and everything like that. But I'm just feeling that October seems to be a very busy month. So either you have people coming over, you're hosting something, just feels like there's a potential to be a little bit more exhausted than usual. That's a lot of cards, but they popped out, so I have to honor them there for you because my guides give me what they want to give me. So we have resolve, we have partners. Yeah, your whole reading is all about this. We have potential, trying out your wings on something. Yeah, that came out in your reading. We got prospects, vigilance, medicine, education, fertile, and sovereign. I mean, this is all related to the whole reading. Your first card is resolve. Okay, so having that tenacity, being dedicated to something and not stopping until you've got it done. So it says dedicated to achievement, steady gains, long game, loyalty. I did mention this loyalty energy that was coming through, effort, and top dog. So new positions, aligning with you, being at the top of your game, being a pro at what you do, expanding your reach, but also being dedicated. And a lot of you with that Empress energy, you're prioritizing yourself. You're dedicating, you know, your energy to you there. We've got partners. So attracting your money match. Yeah, that's the Two of Cups all over. You're attracting something that matches your vibration, whatever that may be. It's something that you'll love, but it also says better together. So if you're thinking about setting up a business and you're thinking about whether you should be in a business partnership, always make sure you have a contract so everyone knows what page they're on, their duties, that they don't shirk their duties and you have to do it all by yourself. But it says here, better together, balance, double the dough. I did mention some of you, there's this duality, second streams of income, odd jobs, seasonal work, or something that you are planning at this time. It's all going to work out as you plan, but of course you're going to be extra tired. It's never easy, of course. The path is being made clear for you to do it, but at the same time, you know, it's going to be a lot. It says teamwork there as well. So if you work in a company and normally there is low workers' morale, this month actually is going to be a little bit more togetherness there, where people, you know, want to help each other rather than hinder each other. We've got potential, trying out your wings, budding talent, restless, air travel, upward progress. So, you know, traveling definitely there. As I said, some of you will go abroad, but I see a lot of you, you know, traveling a little bit more locally to you there as well. But nurturing a talent, feeling restless in order to make some changes. We rarely make changes unless we feel it's time. When we feel comfortable, we kind of sit in that comfort. So you may be feeling something needs to change there. We do have progress. It's slow and steady, but that always wins the race. So it says taking steps, persisting on something long-term, going swimmingly and in the flow. And I mentioned there at the end of the month, that is your desire, to be in the flow, and you reach your destination point there as well. We have prospects, securing your future. I mean, your first house is all about your identity and where you feel like you belong. Seventh house is, your interactions and how you get there, your contracts, your commitments, and getting justice for everything that you're putting into your life. So it says here, wise spending, speculation, compounding, and fund there. So you may be finding new ways to compound on wealth or double what you have through banking, interest rates, new bank accounts, new tools, new apps to help you find the best deal to place your money in. For some of you, you may even be leveraging debt in order to use it as an investment tool. I don't know anything about that, but my guides are giving that to me, so perhaps that's something you're looking at. We've got vigilance. Looking for opportunities. I've already mentioned if you're looking for opportunities, there's definitely an opportunity coming on in there for you. It says, keep going, don't quit, make your own luck. The path is lit. So I do see a lot of you, whilst you are waiting for an opportunity to come in, that you're thinking about being your own boss, having ideas. Do not dismiss these ideas, but this is about you being lit. This is about you kind of moving forward. Yes, making your own luck, but the universe is matching it. Things are going to start to come together for you. We've got medicine, healing, money blocks for a lot of you there. But this could also be for some of you, not all of you, but there may be some advanced medicine that comes on in that may be offered to you that complements. If you are someone who takes regular medication like a prescription, there could be an advancement on that prescription. Always look into what's in the ingredients, how they affect you, all of those things. You know the drill, okay? But there may be something offered by a practitioner. Okay, they know their stuff, they're qualified, of course, but if you feel it's not something you want to connect to, or you feel, it doesn't benefit you, or if you feel like the medication you're on is working just fine right now, then, say that. Maybe it's something that you may trial, though, because there is a trial energy there. So perhaps it's going to be a conversation for some of you. Only if you already have a prescription there, it may be something of a topic of conversation there. But it says here, reprogramming. That's it. I mean, you're literally reprogramming at this time to shed things that you don't need in your life, or you've realize they've run their course in order to exist in the present moment and achieve or aspire for more. We've got healing arts, shadow work, and being open to receive. Education, knowledge is power, studying, teaching, training, reading, writing, publishing, advancing. I mean, there's a lot of advancement energy here. So if you are creative, I do see advancements. A lot of you, if you want to be in the public eye, then I definitely see, you being known, going from the shadows into the light. Be aware it's going to affect your privacy, and this may cause you a lot of anxiety at first. Got to be honest with what I see there. And if you are someone who doesn't want to be in the public eye, I definitely see your reputation is increasing as someone who is a pro at what you do. You're really great at what you do, and you're leveling up and advancing further. Some of you may take a course of learning. You may withdraw in order to gain new knowledge or upskill in some way. We've got fertile. I did mention it. This is a month where, if you have the potential to get pregnant and you don't want to get pregnant, then just take precautions, because there is a potential to get pregnant here. But also, I feel more than anything, you're fertile, brimming with lots of ideas and making them become your reality. Hatching new plans. Yes. Inception, creativity, reborn, source, nest egg, and flourishing. So a lot of you are going to be thinking about your financial strategy, creating that nest egg for the future, because of course you may be feeling cautious about the economy. That's wise. Dig a little bit deeper on information there. Find someone who can give you the right information to structure your finances in order to protect your finances. But also we have sovereign. So this is about you taking accountability for your life, owning it, being the central character in your life. You're literally holding the pen. So you can be writing what it is you want to occur in your life. So it says here, governing your own life, in charge, rising to the top, leadership, and a freedom lifestyle. Okay, so this may be something you're aspiring to at this moment in time, or maybe you want to just be a little bit more independent in your everyday circumstances. Treat yourself, go off and do your own thing. And finally, we have the rocking horse. But the rocking horse is a unicorn. Now, this can indicate you going back and forth on something and feeling like there's no movement, okay? But there will be a breakthrough on that. You will advance, especially at the end of the month. But also, the rocking horse can be nostalgia, thinking about the past. You're in review, remember, because you're in your birthday season. So it can be you're looking at how far you've come, how strong you've had to be, how independent you are, how capable you are, and you should be really proud of how far you've come. But also, I just feel like if you're going back and forth on anything, that could be a seed of doubt. Trust your instincts. If there's a doubt on something, trust it. Also, some of you may go back and forth on certain projects, and if it means something to you, of course, hold true to your vision. Don't back down. Protect your vision. But also, if you feel like it's wasting your time is such an important commodity. We cannot ever buy it back. So if you feel like you're going back and forth on something that just wastes your time, with that Hermit at the center of your reading, you're just withdrawing and saying, I'm fed up, I'm done. I'm not going to engage in this anymore, okay? You are channeling your energy into pursuits that prioritize your own needs and help you advance. Okay, so that's what I see for your month of October there. I hope something resonates. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.